So doesn't everybody unpack new monitors at 6:15 in the morning? We actually have a couple extra minutes. Imagine that. You can handle 1 or 2 days at 5:30, but you know, after 3 or 4 months of 5:30, we wouldn't be handling extra stuff in the morning. Hey.
211 miles. Sea heaters on. And keep climates on. Set to 73. I think I got it set. So it ought to be toasty and warm in there for you.
This is seeming frighteningly too familiar.
Yes, it comes back to you just a little too quick.
I did not get last night's video finished after the debacle of not getting home until 11 something, and then it having to offload the files and not being able to get to them soon and getting tired and needing to get up early. Oh, good morning, Ruby. Wow, old habits die hard for Ruby. She still knows we're headed downtown at this time in the morning.
I'm glad she's got her wits about it, because the rest of, at least me, I'm a little out of it yet. No coffee.
Actually, I didn't take my melatonin.
Yeah.
And I'm doing good on 3 hours of sleep. I'm ready to rock and roll. I could not finish the video though. At 2 a.m. I was freezing, and I knew I wasn't going to get any sleep if I didn't go to bed. So we want to be safe on the road. But I'm all perky. I've had coffee and I'm good.
Well, I think you got a break. I don't see the fog.
Right. They were calling for dense fog or red fog advisory, and I was like, oh God, no, yeah, not on a morning.
Lucky on that.
Well, it's 6:36. We got plenty of time. It says we'll arrive at 7:09. He had to be there in his room by 7:30, so we're good.
All right.
I'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna hang out downtown till he's ready to come home. I got my MacBook and pictures on my brain.
Alrighty.
Things are going smooth so far. I have no idea what to expect with regard to traffic this morning. I'm sure it'll be pretty typical. Ruby's not showing any real red on the way in on the navigation. I have traffic turned on, and you know, I'm seeing a little haze in the sky, a little fog, but not anything to be worried about. So I predict that we'll make it up to the school with no issues. Hopefully people are driving kind and careful this morning. Kind and careful.
So I was talking to Mom a little bit this morning, and you know, I said that this trip, the school trip, it feels really nostalgic because we haven't been this way since basically the start of COVID, right, Mom?
That's right. Someone said you went home for your Greece trip in mid-March and never went back.
Yeah, it's been basically most of a year since we've been over here.
There's the tire tree. I've missed you. I forgot all about you until just now. Yay! Last year I stopped to take a picture, and let's just say it caused a lot of interest with traffic while I was doing that. Well, I am just a smidge disappointed with the view of the capital city this morning. It's 7:06, but I think all the Christmas lights went off at 7. So neither the BB&T building, which is in the fog over there on the left, nor the PNC Spire are lit up with the Christmas lights this morning. I saw them. We were to the left here about a mile last night, and we could see downtown for part of the drive-in, and it was lit up. I know it's lit up. I know it looks pretty like it has in prior years, and I just wish it was still on this morning so I would get to see it again, but it's not.
Is it just me, or does the PNC Spire not exist anymore?
It's up there. It's in the fog. I saw it lit last night, yeah. Plus, I think that FNB building, it may be obstructing it a little bit. Yeah, and this is light traffic.
Gee, it has been a while. I don't even remember the PNC's fire is anymore.
It's okay. It's very light traffic here right now. Wow, the remodeled McDonald's is done. Wow, what can I say? I mean, they totally took down the old building and put up a new building, and I guess this McDonald's has no parking now associated with it. The parking they had in the drive-thru was not working anyway, so just wow. Oh, and Olaf is on top of the building. You can't hardly see him for the street light, but Olaf is up there. Typically, they have had an inflatable on the building of the McDonald's, so I guess I'm not too surprised to see it. Yeah. Johnny is inside. I am parked over here at the church that I like to park at because I feel safe over here. Yeah, he should be starting his test soon. I wanted to make note that this apartment complex over here, they had cleared land and were doing a lot of work in the spring that I guess with COVID they stopped it. There's a sign up over here, row 12, I guess with the new stuff that was coming, and maybe it still will come, but it looks like after they put in the sewer and electrical and kind of started to level the ground over there, that then they stopped for now at least. So the policy for Wake County is if the far head temperature check is too high, you can sit for 5 minutes and retry. And us and quite a few other cars had to park this morning and go back through the line a second time. I mean, I had to heat the car on 74, blowing hot air right at Johnny's face. I just wasn't thinking. And I had heard about don't overheat the kids, but then tomorrow morning we will arrive cooler. But thankfully we opened the windows, put the fan on him a little bit, cooled him down. The second temperature check was fine and he went inside and he's testing. So that was a little stressful there for a minute because I know he's well. I mean, we all feel well, and I knew he didn't really have a temperature. I didn't believe for a minute he actually had one. I would not have even gotten in the car this morning. It's too serious a thing right now. You can't have the sniffles and go in anywhere. So, and plus, you know, people shouldn't have the sniffles because we're wearing the mask, because we shouldn't even be getting cold and flu with the mask on, right? Well, at least we hope not anyway. But anyway, he's fine. He's inside. I created a new profile for Ruby called Working, and I put the steering wheel all the way in, which is really significantly further in than it was while I was driving. And I've also put the seat all the way back, and I should be able to now, I've got it turned around, but open my MacBook in my lap and do some work. Yeah, I don't do a lot of typing when I'm working with the videos. I just do a lot of trackpad, and yeah, this ought to be fine. I've got enough room. I looked at one of those trays one time that you put on the steering wheel, but I was afraid I damaged the steering wheel, and I don't know how good that would really help. So, I didn't get yesterday's video out, and I'm going to hopefully hook my computer up to my phone and work on the video here while Johnny tests. I thought I would spend a few minutes while I'm sitting here waiting for Johnny to tell you a little bit about the drive-in this morning. For those of you that are newer to the channel and weren't with us the first couple years where I was driving in and out of Raleigh twice a day, taking kids to and from school. So in TeslaFi, you know, about once a month, I like to show some TeslaFi screens and talk just to let people know that it's out there and what it is. You know, a third-party app that sort of shows you details about what's going on with your Tesla. You can see I left out a few quays. It's basically a straight shot north up to downtown Raleigh. I drove 20.67 miles, and it took about 45 minutes, which is what we try to allot. And, you know, I had the heater cranked at 74 this morning, so my watt hours per mile is at 409, because, of course, that's, I believe, a 6-watt heater, and it's fairly expensive from a electricity standpoint to have that heater cranked on a cold morning. Also had on my seat heater on low, and you can see it's pretty cold out this morning, 37 degrees. yeah, an 84% efficiency is not exactly what you would be hoping for, but isn't too bad either, really. And my starting range was 213. And, you know, I had to park over at the school for just a minute while we waited on Johnny's temperature check. And when I got over here to the church, I had a range of 185.17 miles. I'm currently, it's been a little over an hour. I'm at 180 miles, but of course, I've had the heater cranked while I've been sitting here and my seat heater on, and the car is on. Well, it's off, but you know, all the screens are active because I'm in the car and that kind of thing. I don't think that was too bad. Good. So I wanted to look at last night where we can see what we did, I guess, home to home, because we were never in drive. Okay. We were in Ruby for 4 hours and 58 minutes. We drove a total of 42 miles, which makes sense because it's like 20 miles to downtown and 20 miles back out of downtown. You know, we weren't a couple miles from the school where I'm at right now. And it was pretty cold at 36 degrees. And obviously you can see that we had the fan on, which means the heater was running a good part of that time. And our efficiency was 59%. Obviously we were sitting there idling with the heat on for a long time. And yeah, 579 watt hours per mile. So that was a big chunk. Yeah, driving for 5 hours and 24 minutes. And you know, I did drive just down to the environmental park around South Park pretty quick yesterday. But yeah, you can see, I'm trying to see, yeah, it's a straight line. There's no good detail about where we were because we never put the car in park while we were waiting that whole time. But you can kind of see we went in this way up Lake Wheeler, which was part of our mistake because we probably should have come in off the belt line, should have gone up this way and come in off the belt line. I don't know that it would have changed anything. It might have, it might not have. And then we came back out on 401 and back to the house. So just a little summary of last night's waiting for the lights. Wow, it only took Johnny like an hour to take that exam. I told him not to rush. I'm sure he didn't. I just, you know, put myself back in Mary Ann's profile into the drive mode and I'll go get him. Can't say that I'm horribly disappointed about not sitting here for another hour or two. Mostly because there aren't any restroom facilities nearby, and I did chug quite a bit of coffee this morning. Now, the MCU has been replaced since the last time I was in this parking lot, and leaving this parking lot is a little bit of a mess. So it's hot. It's not a good entrance exit, so I'm raising the suspension. Like I said, this is one thing I absolutely love about the Model X. And it's very quiet down here today. So instead of making the big around the clock, yes, Ruby, I know. You're looking at the ground. I gotcha. We're going to be slow getting out of there. I don't know how you would do that. I think if you were in a Model 3 or the Y, you would hit the ground. Certainly in the 3. I really appreciate the Model X suspension in the city. Really super appreciate it. Yeah, we're not supposed to go this way, and if there were any other cars here at all, I would not have done this. It's not a city rule, it's a school rule, and I am a rule follower, but sometimes you got to have a little common sense, and if there's no traffic to be dealing with, then, you know, save me a few minutes coming around this way. Well, there's still a fair amount of inbound traffic as we head back to Fuquay, but not like I would normally expect to see this time of the morning. So, you know, between the holiday and COVID, there really is, I would say, still reduced traffic, plus less buses on the road. Some buses, but less buses. we're headed straight home. Johnny does have a math review session this afternoon that he needs to attend. So we got home at 9:45. Here's Tux over here scratching, waiting on me. Good morning. I didn't try to come up in the dark this morning. It's just putting food out for possums and raccoons when I do that. Besides, I don't think he was here, and he was probably warm wherever he was. Hey, bud. You been missing me? I'm home. Come on, buddy. The two gray girls and Slade is pretty much out of sight in the corner are on that heating pad right now. So it's getting a good use, that hutch and the heating pad and the whole catio, or as we now call it, the cat hotel, because A can understand that better. It's working out great. While Stripe is eating up the hill, I brought Tux in for some TLC. Redirect the toddler, make him forget the other cats up the hill right now. Give Stripe plenty of time to eat in peace. You know the drill. Make sure Tux is getting his daily attention, which he is. Hey, bud. Hi. Hello. He goes, you stopped. I'm back out in Ruby. Gonna run a few Christmas errands, which I may or may not be too talkative about. And it's going on 50 and the sun is finally out, so I'll take it. Ruby's got plenty of range, 150 miles. So as long as I don't do anything stupid, I should be good. And gonna have a little bit more fun. Don's still working, and then he's gonna go for his run hopefully before the sun sets. I'm home. I am worn out, just from getting up at 5:30, not from what I was doing this afternoon. I got my secret Santa stuff done, my secret Christmas stuff, and Johnny came out and helped me in the house. He's now in the garage doing Taekwondo. Tux says, hey buddy, happy to see me. And Don's taking a nap, which is probably what I'll be doing here pretty soon, considering how tired I'm feeling. It's going to be dinner, and I can just feel the nap coming on already. And we get to repeat tomorrow. 5:30 tomorrow morning too.